Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hello guys, another podcast, podcast 113. Today we're going to talk about value rules, which is a new thing coming from Meta, pretty interesting in my opinion. Before that, don't forget that if you want any of your questions featured on the podcast, you can always ask them below on the comments. I'm always answering everything and I'm also featuring them on the podcast. Second thing, don't forget that this is, you can join my Patreon and you can find over there the other half of this podcast, but also with 19 per month, you can find also inside all the previous podcasts that I have uploaded there since the point that I decided that I want to have a paid Patreon part. Right now, I think it's 54 videos. So immediately with 19, just leave it only for 1 month and you have access to another 50 videos that you can see me answering your questions there, which most of the times is the second part of the podcast. And don't forget that we have the course coming. The course is going to be live in 15 days, give or take. I'm going to upload like 90% of it. And then in the next month, I will upload the other things, but I don't want to postpone it anymore. I want to upload it. And I can tell you that it's huge, amazing, and I will name it the best meta ads course in the world. The most important thing to know about this course is that, you know, how some people feel mature to do something. After 12 years of doing this, the previous course was okay, but now it's outdated. I feel now I was ready to do one of the best, if not the best course in the world about meta ads, in the way that I perceive ads, I see it. But not only that, but because I manage now many accounts, 5 to 10 million per month on spend, with big accounts, smaller, much smaller, some with new pixel and stuff, I do have a lot of content coming from these live ad accounts inside the course, explaining things live and not in theory only. It has some theory parts, then it has a lot of Loom parts, it has a lot of videos with explanations on live accounts on why we do this and that, and it has also case studies, for example, for cost caps, how you establish them and how you do it. It has optimization on ASC, CBO. Even chosen 5 sessions inside to see how I was working with some of my students on their accounts. I think that you will love it, and because I really believe in it, I will keep some part of it, some 2, 3, 4, I haven't decided yet, videos free so that you can understand how it is, and if you like it, you can go and you can buy it. So 15 days left. I'm pretty excited for it because I think that I have created something really good. Now, let's go to our main topic for today and then we will go to your questions. Before we go to that, yesterday I was going to my advertisement settings. So as you see the ads manager on the left side, you're going to see, if you hover over the sidebar, you're going to see audiences, campaigns, and you're going to see advertisement settings. If you go there, and you click on it, you will be able to see audience segments and all of this kind of stuff. This thing, if you have it, it's going to appear as value rules. So over there, you're going to be able to see this value rules new thing. It's going to look like this. And if you click it, you are going to be able to play with it. We're going to explain in a bit. Before you do that, I want you to go on the left side on AI enhancements, or how it's going to be called. And it's going to have a small window, which is going to look like this. So when you're going to click it, you're going to see that you're having a checkbox on the top if you want to participate on tests. And below, you're going to be able to see some tests. If you see 5 out of 9, 3 out of 9, it means that your ads are being used for this small test. Not like it's going to spend a lot of money with this test, but it can add the music or stuff. If you're seeing not normal things in your ads or somebody told you something, maybe this is a setting that you have to check. I don't like to be part of these tests and music added or expand the image, or they have a lot of different categories. So I will uncheck the box over here and I will check edit all of these, and I will remove all of these different options for testing. And I will check from time to time because they add a new and they don't ask you and all of that. Now, in the same area, in the advertisement settings, you're going to see the value rules. By the way, I need to clarify that I tried a lot to find value rules in one of my ad accounts. I wasn't able to find somewhere the value rules, so that means that a lot of ad accounts still don't have it. I'm taking this documentation and I'm giving credits to John Loomer for compiling this. Yeah, I'm using his images, and it would be not fair if I don't mention him. I disagree with him on a lot of things. For example, he says that this is a feature that we should not have because a lot of people are going to misuse it. I believe that this is a good feature because that means that we have very good control on targeting. Now, if it's going to increase CPMs and stuff, if it's going to make our life more difficult and stuff, everybody is responsible for the results that they have and how they interpret them. And at the end of the day, whoever doesn't understand, they're going to learn the hard way. That's the way that I think. Okay? You cannot just protect someone by telling him this is going to be bad for you. Let them play with it. And for sure, it's a good thing for us that we are more experienced to have more tools to work with. And I will tell you also how I see it working. First of all, let's explain what is it. So it says it's your preferred audience using value rules. Increase your bid on audiences that are worth more to the business. For example, you can bid more for Android users. Example on the red. For example, you can bid more on women. You can say, I want to spend more money on women. Why? Because on ASC campaigns, for example, until now, we didn't have the option of picking men or women. And we have this paradox of having makeup companies, for example, running ASC campaigns targeting also men. Of course, the Pixel was doing the heavy lifting and we were not targeting men at all. We were targeting mostly women. But with these value rules, you can actually overcome this, do broad targeting, but increase a bit to the audiences that you want. Another example, you are having, let's say, something which is for back relief pain for older people, or arthritis. By the way, whenever I say things like arthritis, arachnophobia and all of that, it's so funny because all of these are Greek words and you can easily flex with difficult words in the English language, while for us it's very easy, you know, it's basically trying to say something from Greek to English. Dyslexia, arachnophobia, agoraphobia, you don't even understand them, you have to Google them, but for us it's very easy and we can flex because they're already Greek words that they're being transferred to the English language, okay? So you have arthritis, you have all of this kind of stuff for older people. Maybe you don't want to target people who are 18 years old and they are not going to have arthritis or osteoporosis or whatever. And I can keep throwing difficult words to you so that you can Google it. Anyway, let's continue. It says, I understand my overall cost per result may increase when using value rules. This is what it says, that if you target specific audiences, maybe you're going to have higher CPM. Makes total sense, but this doesn't mean that you will have bad results. A lot of times we have higher CPMs, but better results if the audience is good. Another thing which I find important over here is that if you're going to use something like this, maybe you can focus on younger audiences for something which is for younger people, for older audiences, something that is for older people, which, as I said several times in this channel, we love because it's easier to sell to them everything, or for genders and other things. Here it says you can create rules, a rule set to increase or decrease your bid for specific audiences based on age, gender, location, and mobile operating system. This will apply to conversions only. You can create up to 10 rules. For advertisers who don't have heard of bid multipliers, this is a similar concept. Bid multipliers was available to a very small number of advertisers and usually required access via AdRep. Value rules, however, is much easier to set up and manage. An example would be increasing your bid by 20% for people between 25 and 44, or you could just as easily decrease your bid for that group. And then it has some visual examples on how it's going to look when you're going to create. You define the audience by age, then you increase the bid by 20%. I'm really anxious to test 100%, 50%, trying to find what is working. If it's going to pair really well with crazy method and doing that. If we can do a campaign which is having inside a bid of 50%, a bid of 100%, a bid of 20% as a CBO, and how they are going to behave, which one is going to spend, because having a campaign with such different CPMs, maybe it's going to make something else. Bid caps and cost caps with specific bids over here. There's so many things. My mind is exploding right now from things that I would like to test with this. It looks like it's something that I will test a lot. You could create a rule for women aged 25 to 44. You can't add a third piece of criteria like location or mobile operating system. So as you can see, it's having both. I can see woman, I can see the age, and then it's increasing by bid. So you can put up to 2 criteria, you cannot put a third one. Perfect. When creating your ad set, where the performance goal is to maximize number of conversions, so where we have the pixel and the thing over there we can see the value rules. You can choose whether to apply a value rule for that ad set. So the value rules are going to appear like this under the optimization event. We use value rules to optimize for conversions that are worth more to your business. As a result, your cost per result will likely increase. You may see fewer overall conversions. Now, there's one problem to that, which I'm thinking right now. A lot of times we do talk on business owners, and they say, for example, my target audience is 54, 65, for example, okay? And then I run ads and I see that he's having sales on 40 years old and stuff. They have the idea that they know, but maybe they don't necessarily know. So a lot of times they have a misconception about which ages is the target audience, or if it's going to sell to men and women and stuff. And the strange part is that most of the times they are wrong. And I try to prove them through testing and break down results that these are your actual numbers and all of that. So when you're doing this, maybe you need to do it based on data that you have on the ads, not just based on your intuition on where this item is going to sell better. So you break down the results, you see what kind of ages and gender you're having sales to, and then you're deciding how you're going to do it. So it's going to appear like this. It's going to have the list below of 10 value rules based on the names that you gave them, and you can pick the one that you want. And then you can also do breakdown. Meta says that value rules are ideal for long-term or strategic goals, including lifetime value or delayed conversions. This actually makes a lot of sense based on some issues I've seen. I immediately thought of a way that I could apply this to address a weakness in Advanced Plus audience when optimizing for leads. For some reason, Meta get me cheap but low quality leads out of people over 65. So too much of my budget is spent there. I can create a rule to lower my bid on this age group. Okay, so you can do also the opposite. You can have a rule that you're bidding less in a specific audience group. This is an interesting way to add control for advertisers when Meta keeps taking away of it. I do worry that some will apply value rules when it's not necessary. We'll use this 100%, John. I will use it. The thing is, I have 2 remarks. I don't think that this change is bad. I think that this change, I'm going to test it a lot. I'm going to test crazy method. I'm going to test lookalikes with it. I'm going to test different things, expanding, not expanding. I'm going to test a lot of different things. Cost caps, bid caps with it. For sure, it's a feature which I really like. Second part, Is it going to be dangerous? For some people, yes, they're going to overdo it. We will see, but most likely I will end up coming with a solid strategy that's going to help people work with it. The third thing which I need to say is that yes, Meta is taking a lot of our control, but I'm seeing also some things that they give us control. Value rules is a gift that comes out of nowhere. And on the new setup campaign, the sales campaigns, the advantage sales campaigns, we have also these check boxes on age, gender and stuff, if we want to expand or not, which are things that we had 3 years ago. And now we're going to be able to define further without expanding to big audiences, but maintaining it like this. So I think that with the new setup, we have much better control for the new pixels and all of that in order to try and see if we can optimize and train the pixels in the most cost efficient way. Because as we said, the ultimate goal of each account is going eventually to broad. So eventually it will go to broad and we are not going to care about it. For example, I believe that in some other accounts that they're working with broad, maybe doing value rules is too much. But maybe doing value rules in newer accounts that they have problems and you see that the pixel still doesn't understand, maybe it's going to help a lot. For sure, there are going to be people that they will think that value rules will help it have better profitability on trained ad accounts and trained pixels. I doubt it, but maybe I'm wrong. We will see. Yeah, on scaling, I don't know if it's going to help you have better ROAS. I see the really big value on new pixels and training them in a more cost-efficient way, but not in scaling. Because in scaling, you need massive numbers. You don't need to limit something. Anyway, that's my opinion, my intuition to it. We will see. Let's go to your questions, guys, for today. Do you use any third-party tracking like Hyros to validate the results of the split test? Would be interesting to see how it looked there, since the incremental attribution by definition will always be lower than normal inflated attribution. We used Elevar in the specific situation. He's talking about the incremental attribution test that I have done, and I can tell you that still it was bad. How much higher it was on Elevar compared to the incremental one, it was reaching a little bit more. Like if it was 0.6, it reached to 0.8. Nothing special. The thing is that I believe that incremental attribution is not ready yet. It needs a lot of work, and eventually maybe it's going to be a new good thing for us to use, or use it for specific situations. Hi Konstantinos, what do you think of duplicating campaigns using their IDs on a newer account? I'm considering this because my older account has credit line spending issues. You can do that. It's not going to be an issue as long as you're using the correct post ID. You're going to lose the engagement on Instagram platform, I guess, if you use the ID from Facebook, and the opposite. But still, it's better than nothing. If you have a problem with your other account and you want to move to another one, go for it. Hey, great video. I was wondering if I should use Advanced Plus Audience on my main broad campaign, and if not, is there ever times to use it? I was advised against it, thanks. Advanced Plus Audience, you can use it when you have a trained pixel. If somebody advised against it, is because maybe they think that your pixel is new and you cannot do broad targeting yet. But in general, we do use it. And as I said, there are not good or bad settings. There are just different ad accounts and different pixels and all of that. All right, and should I have the Advanced Plus Audience option enabled in my ad set or not? This is... I guess you're talking about the new structure. If it's not working for you, go to define further. Now, if you're referring to Advanced Plus in general, it's an option which is already turned on in most cases. except if you do manual campaign and you define it further and all of that. But in the broad, it's actually there. If I have more information about the kind of campaign that you are referring to, I would help you more. But in general, just so you know, it already expands on its own to the full potential reach. Next one. Do you believe it's more valuable for an agency? Oh, it's a freelancer question. Now, Liar, you are going to the freelancer part after you solve the Facebook ads part. It's more valuable for an agency to go all in one specialized service like Meta Ads and master it completely, or is it smarter long term to expand into a full stack offering with multiple services and a larger team, especially when competitors are positioning themselves as an all-in solutions? How do you balance focus and scalability in today's agency landscape? First of all, I'm not an agency, I'm a freelancer, so it's a different thing. Secondly, I need to tell you this. In Greece, we have an expression which says, I prefer to be the first in my village instead of being second in the city. Okay, so all of this is my mentality in terms of, for example, let's say that I have enough money. I will go into a place that I will feel like that with my money, I can have some fun. I will not go to Mykonos just to feel poor. Okay, so it's a perception that you have in your life. I have the same thing going over here. I prefer to do meta ads and be very good at it instead of being mediocre in 20 different things. Another thing which I need to tell you is this. Over here, I have a better control because I'm doing the service and I'm making more money like this also. The other thing that you're saying, the 360 agency, is another model, is managing people. It's not having a skill set, okay? So here I'm a freelancer doing meta ads, having a skill set and focusing on that. If somebody wants to work with someone for Google Ads, they can work with someone else. They are providing the creatives to me and all of that, but they know that they're taking someone really good on meta ads. The other thing is that we have a 360 agency, and yes, there are people that they have rejected me because they wanted a 360 service, but it's another thing. It's someone who is very good on managing people, managing a team of 20, 30, 40 people, where it doesn't matter if you're good at Facebook ads, but it matters if you're good at finding talent, managing them, and all of that. So it's two different models and what you want to do. I'm not very good at managing 20 people. I barely manage 5 people right now, and I consider it difficult. So it's up to what you're good at. I'm good at Facebook ads, okay? There are other people that are very good at delegation, and they have a team of 20, 30, 40 people, and they manage to have processes and all of that. I'm not good at this. I like things to go over my hands, and this is not something that you need when you manage 20 or 30 people. Guys, that's all for today and this podcast. I will see you on the next one. This is the end of the first part of the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. If you don't want to miss the second half of the podcast, where I'm answering all the remaining questions of the week, visit my Patreon page following the link on the description. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.